impure.
So hi everyone, welcome back to the League of Legends MCO tournament brought to you by Berjaya Dragons and sponsored by CGM. I'm Lins once again. We are finally back to the picks and bans again. So the first few picks and bans, the bans is going to be exactly the same. The picks is also going to be exactly the same. Just the last pick by the red team is going to be different because once again I just need to update you guys. There's a bug, I think internet delay at the player's computer. So I know some of you guys may be watching at me. There's also a slight delay. I'm sorry, I don't have a very good setup, especially the webcam, and the internet is not very good nowadays as well. But bear with us. Just listen to me, stay with us in this live stream and watch the players game and just wait for the lucky draw. So once again, I need to update you guys. There will be lucky draw session randomly. I also not knowing when they will have the lucky draw. But stay with us and just try your best. Keep it up. Once you see any admin throw up the code and just enter the Google Sheet, enter the code, and you will get a free gift such as jerseys and Garena shells. And very quickly, Leona, wow, the instant pick. Leona will be the one who formed a very good team composition for the red team, because I was thinking, what is Nidalee going to do at such a great team composition? But Leona, she ties it up. Every single member of red team is going to deal so much CC. As long as they can catch any one of them, I believe that anyone like Trundle, Annie, or Tristana is going to melt the blue side member. However, we can also see how good an Ari is to escape with the ultimate. And also, there's quite a lot of tanks in the blue side as well. There will be Maokai, there will be Nautilus, who can try to slow down the engagement on the red team if there's someone who just kind of lose the track and did not catch up to follow out with the CC. I believe blue side, they can deal a pretty good fight back in the team fights. But personally, I feel blue team, maybe they're looking for a more like early game or mid game siege, because looking at Grapes, it is a very good champion at early game. It can do tons of damage, and his clear at the jungle is very good. And once again, I need to point out the importance of Dragon and also Rift, because right now, as long as you can get Rift, I think it's the first Rift before, I think, around 10 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to just correct myself if there's any mistake. You can get the second Rift before the Baron spawn. So Rift is a very good kind of a very good thing to allow blue team to really push the turret and just pressure red team not to group up as soon as possible, because we know, obviously, look at the team composition. Red team fight is going to be crazy. It's going to be so scary that as long as they catch anyone on the blue side, melt it, immediately get some of the objectives, no matter it's dragon, turrets, or just push all the way down whoever comes and just kill anyone. Well, this is just my expectation. We need to see how good the member of each side to deal with their enemies on the laning phase, because laning phase is also a very important kind of period for the laner to, no matter is to gain any advantage or just remain a 50-50 situation, they can allow the jungle to do a lot of things. Talking about early game as well, I'm not looking down on red team, because Leona, once again, Leona is kind of one of my most afraid champion. If I'm using it, I'm very happy. Q, you can stun. W, to increase your armor and also the magic resistance. The E, you can simply point to anyone as long as you hit it. There's also a small stun duration. So almost every single skill of her, you can really CC the enemy for just, no matter it's 1 second or just a few seconds, it is sufficient for the team to catch up. So I am expecting the red team to maybe make a level 1 invade or just looking for a level 1 fight, because looking at the team, both teams are pretty good at level 1 team fight. But personally, I have more expectation on the red team because once again, team comps. But I need to say, as a conclusion, we need to see how great the player perform, because sometimes player maybe pick some very, very rare pick like Ari, but if they have the mechanism, if he has the very good skill to really, really pressure the enemy, she can make plays. And I do believe that. Very quickly, we will just get into the game, but there's just some delay. No worries, very quick. And talking about this player and this team, do you have any team that you support? Maybe the blue side team or the red team? So I just need to inform you guys. On the blue side, it will be Team Malatlous, so Team MTL. And on the red side, it will be Team OZR. So maybe you can just drop down their team tag, OZR or MTL, to really show your support, or just whoever team that you think that can get this BO1 from this game and then make themselves move on to tomorrow, which is going to be 16 team fight for each other to get this amazing prize pool. So just to highlight that the prize pool is very juicy. So there, because of the sponsorship, thank you so much for CGM for sponsoring this tournament. The prize pool has increased. The first place, the champion of this game, is going to bring back home 3,000 cash and 700 Garena shell. Although, well, you need to split among you guys, but I still believe it is a very, very big amount of money to just bring home and maybe just get yourself some treat. Because right now, MCO, I know a lot of people is staying at home, although some of us maybe are working, but it's better for us to stay at home to not getting any risks outside if you have no necessary to go out. So just stay with us, stay at home, and enjoy this tournament together. And I need to mention also, right now we have quite a lot of new skin release. Not to mention my favorite skin. Oh wait, we are very quickly going to getting into the game. So it's okay, there's nothing much, because what is the most important thing right now is the player and the game. And we can look that right now both teams are just going to run down towards the jungle and maybe to secure to prevent any level 1 invade. By looking at the players' movement, yeah, I think most probably they are just going to prevent any invades, because they know that each team, their level 1 invades is pretty scary, and they want to try to spot the enemy jungle's position, whether they start from blue side or the red side, a ward being placed by the ADC, the Tristana, or the River. So it's a very good place, but maybe it's slightly early. And there's also another ward at the top side, River. So whenever the jungle is trying to make an invade to get the blue buff away from the Trundle, the red team can spot it and they can just move fairly quickly. And after that, we can see that there's a ward being placed at the blue side red. That's also a very good strategy, because they want to prevent red side to get invade to get the red buff also. So after putting the ward, Graves immediately go back, change the scanner. Yes, that's what I'm looking for, and start with the blue buff. So right now, both jungle, they are starting at the same side. In terms of Trundle is starting on the red, and Graves is starting at the blue side. So sooner or later, they are going to move to the same direction, and maybe they are going to meet each other if they are looking for the scuttle take. And right now, we can look at the bottom side. That, yeah, we all know that how scary Leona is at the first 2 level. So blue side, they are playing relatively slow, and they kind of know that their jungle is not going to come towards bottom as soon as possible, so they're just going to be pretty safe. And Ari at the mid lane, she's really pressuring the lane, isn't it? She's just going to push all the wave and just prevent any to get any very good kind of last hit minion. Maokai and Ornn, I'm not really looking for any siege here. They can poke each other, but with the aftershock and with the Grapes of Undying, they can simply just recover some of the HP. And right now, it seems like Trundle is looking for a gank, but, well, being spotted out, he just needs to go back and maybe move to the top side. to make some ganks or just keep farming up. Oh, okay, that's what I say. Just some pokes, and there's not much major casualty happening at top. And well, it's a fight between tanks, so it's kind of boring to be honest. But no worries. What we are looking for from this game is definitely the team fights. And right now, looking back at the bottom side, I think right now both teams are just going to farm up to get their first few items and to reach the spike. So they are prepared to look for a team fight. Both teams, they are just going to look for some minor poke and not really look for an all-in siege right now. And the jungle is going to just farm up, especially Graves. But Trundle looking for a gank. I don't think this is a very good gank because the placement, the minion wave is pushing from red team to the blue side. So Ari is getting a very good placement. And yeah, although Grave, well, that is a good way to... So both jungle is just going to look for a gank, but unfortunately, there's not much they can do right now. He's playing very, very safe, and they're just getting the scuttle. Trundle may look for a top gank, but there's a ward being spotted out, and Trundle just going to find some resources, maybe at the enemy jungle side. But very quickly, the first dragon will be spawned. And right now, I would say Graves has a slight advantage because after spotting where is the Trundle, he immediately gets into the enemy jungle side and try to clear out all the jungle creeps because now the jungle creeps, they can provide quite a lot of experience. So when you get it, you get more experience, but at the same time, you're also denying the enemy to get the experience and gold as well. And looking at the dragon, the first dragon, it will be Inferno. So which means that this game, we will not see a very good kind of team fight because there will be no Inferno Soul. You can pop the enemy with the Inferno Soul. But whoever team that gets the first dragon is also a very good take because Inferno, we can know that it can increase the attack damage and also the ability power. For both teams, it's a very good take. And so right now, I have nothing much to say. Both teams just farmed up. And I can see that Trundle is very, very desperately to look for a ganks. But sorry, mate, you wouldn't make it this time too. Annie has no stun. And there's not much follow-up that a Trundle can do after putting up the pillar. And top side, there are just two tanks fighting with each other. Not a major siege also. And bottom side, they are also playing relatively safe. So right now, I'm looking forward for both sides jungle to really look for a kind of risky take of this dragon. Because right now, they don't really have nothing much. They don't really have things to do other than getting the objective for the team or just farm up. So why not take a risk? As long as you know that your laner has the advantage, you can just try to take the very small risk to get a very huge kind of outcome, which is getting the dragons. But it seems like both jungle, they're just going to continue farm. And because of the invade, Graves is one level ahead compared to the Trundle, which means that Trundle, maybe if both jungle meet each other, no matter it's in the jungle or the laning phase, Graves has the slight advantage because of the level to really, really do impact team fights. And also looking at the item choice, Trundle is going for a blue smite while the Graves is going for a red smite. It's a very wise choice because Graves, you want to deal a lot of damage and you doesn't want people to deal damage on you. With the red smite, you can decrease the damage dealt by the enemy, and at the same time, you can do pretty a lot, like the burning effect with the red smite on the enemy. So right now, both teams, it's just 7 minutes. We are not expecting a lot of siege. Oh, a very good engage by Ari. Will she get it? No. Although there's an ignite, but it's not enough for her to take down Annie. Annie is being forced to flash away all else. I think Ari can simply get the first blood. And this is what we say, the pressure of the laner. Although she get a very rare pick, which is Ari, she managed to really pressure on the laning phase and creating a kind of comfortable environment for the jungle because of she has the priority to roam around to help out the jungle if the jungle needs. Unlike Annie, she really needs to wait for a very proper timing just to really stay safe and wait until the team fight moments. And right now we can see the bottom side. Both jungle has met each other, a good scanner to take out away the ward. So yes, that's what I mean with the pressure, that the red team don't really get a chance to even touch the dragon because the mid laner and the bottom side, they are both pressuring the enemy of the red side, which means that any Tristana and Leona, they wouldn't react as fast as the blue team if the jungle meet each other with at the dragon pit. So right now, both teams, they are just going to farm up. Miss Fortune has finally get her first item, which is BF Sword. Although Tristana also getting the BF Sword too. But it seems like Miss Fortune has a compared higher farms. There's a 10 CS advantages. And it accumulates that blue team eventually has almost 1k 1000 gold advantage. Without any hesitation, after getting the priority, blue side, they are going to start out the dragon, and simply with kind of 2 AD carry damage, they can just shred down the dragon. And the next dragon is going to be a mountain dragon. For both teams, it is a very good pick, but I would hope that red team is the one who gets the dragon, because it will be a good dragon buff for them to siege. There will be extra armor and magic resistant after getting the mountain dragon, so it will be a better choice for the red team to get the dragon instead of the blue team if blue team is going to get this dragon, which means that they are just 2 steps more to get the dragon soul, and it will place team OZR at a bad spot. And we can see that Ari, you are at a pretty bad spot, isn't it? Oh no, Annie, you just missed the stun. It's so unfortunate. Or else I think Ari is going to be the kill that red team is going to look for. But unfortunately, Annie, maybe next time. It's okay. It's just 10 minutes of the game. There's not much goal difference, although there's close to 2000 gold, but I believe that Team OZR, they can just find themselves back to the game very, very soon, as long as they can make a beautiful play, such as and not putting the mistake in the team fight, just like Annie, just be slightly careful on your stun. I believe they can do it. And we can see that at the top side, Graves is just going to get the vision, because we know that Dragon is down, so there's no point for the team to look for the siege at bottom side, but Rift is going to up very soon. Whoever team that gets the Rift, they can not only get the turret, but also, importantly, the platings. The platings, each plating, if it's a solo goal, is going to be 160, but even though you just split within your teammates, and you just push down the turret if possible, it's a very good way. So the team, the top member, no matter it's the Maokai or Ornn, so whoever teams that can get the Rift Arrow, it allows the member to maybe make a lane swap to look for the next dragon, or they can just continue to pressure the lane so that the laners of the enemy team will not have the chance to really catch up with the team fights, because they need to deal with the huge amount of the minion waves and also the potential ganks by the enemy. And right now we can see the Graves is at bottom side. A very good bait from Miss Fortune, however China is catching up too. And there's a TP from the blue side. First blood again by the blue team, and they are looking for more. Flash being forced out to get out. They did not expect Graves being there. They thought that, wait, why this Miss Fortune is moving so unconsciously? And that's the thing that I'm calling out. Graves getting the rifts, and are we looking for more? But I don't think that's a very good fight. Unfortunately, she is dead. So that although they can get Trundle, but I don't think they can get even more. Wait, Graves is looking for more. A very good ultimate by Tristan. Will Graves get it? I don't think so. I don't think so, because Annie is here as well. Bro, you're risking yourself. That's a very good flash from Tristana, but Annie is not going to get Graves at the same time. So, well, they did not get the turret, personally, I feel that engage is not really necessary. You guys, I mean, blue team can maybe look for a turret push instead of the turret dive. However, as a return, there's a lot of flash being burnt. Trundle, Annie, Tristana, the flash is being burnt away, and they get 2 kills for 1. So that's a pretty good trade, I guess. And they also get the turret plating. It's just a matter of time to push away the bottom turret. And right now, we can just wait for the member of Team MLT, the Misfortune, to just push away the waves and maybe look for a lane swap, maybe. However, at the top side, Ornn has the very good, comfortable time to just push out 2 platings at top. I'm not sure whether this is a good trade or not. But since he doesn't really have teleport at that time, so pushing away, pushing the platings is kind of a very good trade for Ornn, I guess. But in terms of the team fight, we can see that although we always say, not we, but me, I always say that red team has a better team composition. However, it doesn't seem that they really execute it well. They always getting caught by Ahri getting the charm landed, but which means that there's not much CC, continuous CC that they can place on the carries such as Misfortune or Graves, but only landed the CC on the Nautilus, which is the tank. But I need to praise Maokai for that TP. It's a very good TP because they did not expect there is going to be a 4v3 situation. So red team, they just being forced out to really give out the flashes, and this is going to contribute in the next team fight because Dragon is going to spawn very, very soon. Oh, it's been spawned. So for those players who don't have flash, such as Annie, she can really make plays such as a flash ultimate stun that creates a AoE CC situation. It's not possible for her to make it. And without the Proto Belt, as we can see that Annie is looking for a Luden's Echo build instead of a Proto Belt, she can really have a very kind of flexible flashes to really reach the enemy on time. Trundle is looking for a steal, but that's too early smite. Graves easily gets the dragon, flash away being forced by the enemy, but wow, that placement, that position of Misfortune with the ultimate is so amazing, and seems like blue team is slowly snowballing their advantage, which is a very good thing. They doesn't really want to bring it to a big late game and let Tristana to skill and let Annie to create the amazing thing that we really expecting, which is a 5-man CC ultimate. So Graves is slowly picking up the pace and just try to push and end the game as soon as possible. And also looking at the goal advantage, just now it just like 1,000 gold or 2,000 gold 5 minutes ago, but right now blue team managed to snowball it with the advantage of getting 2 dragons and also getting a turret first. They successfully get a 4,000 gold advantage, and they doesn't really want to throw this lead away, I believe, because no matter any mistake right now, League of Legends is a game that you can simply really turn the table back. And wow, Trundle, you're really desperate to catch Ahri, isn't it? A very good ultimate, and wow, it's a very good ultimate for Graves and Ahri, but sadly they only get 1, and with the catch out of the bottom lane, because there's no turret, there's no point for them to stay at bottom anymore. A very good rotate by the bottom side of Team OZR and get 2 kills in return, although they lose their jungle. So this is what I mean, the mistake, because they did not see the Team OZR's bottom side member and they just make the play. Maybe, personally, I just feel if they know that they are coming in, after killing Trundle, they will just step back. But instead, they doesn't know where is the Tristana, where is the Leona. They just try to just make a second kill, which they thought they could, but eventually they just give out their lives. And not a very good trade though. And looking at the blue team, Team MLT, for Misfortune and Nautilus, they are, as what we expected, they are going to the top side, because right now Rift Herald is alive. As long as they can pressure and try to push the turret, blue team, they can look for a Rift Herald take. And yeah, we can see that Graves is looking for a gank at top side, and right now Maokai is at bottom side because he has teleport. He doesn't be afraid to push the lane. He can just teleport as soon as possible. But it seems like Graves is already doing the Rift Harrow, but Trundle, the team OZR, doesn't really seems they notice that Graves is doing it, or no, I think they noticed it already. And there is a siege that they are looking for a very good TP from Maokai, but it's at the middle of the fight. Ari has used the ultimate. Whoa, the ultimate from Miss Fortune is a very good placement. However, the damage is not enough to kill. Here comes the Grave to really clean out the team fight, and he's still going on. The position from Team OZR is not very great. Maokai looking for more. Can Ari take the last man on Team OZR? No, they can't. That's a very good, interesting. Initially, I thought Team OZR is at very good position, but I wonder how they really messed up this fight. Well, I think that Miss Fortune is the key, because I am really unexpecting Miss Fortune to get at a place that is so safe. It's just not at the riverside, but at the top of around the bush there, and get a very good position to just freely use her ulti. And I would say that well, it's a very easy Rift Harrow take, and Team OZR, it seems like they haven't really executed what they are expecting and what I am expecting from them as well. They always want to look for a fight. However, they don't really have a chance or very good position to really place their fight. And right now, because Ornn, Trundle, and Leona is not as tanky yet, so it's very hard for them to survive at the team fight and provide a very good environment for Tristana to do damage. Every single time we can just see that Tristana tries to do damage, but because of the front line, they die so easily, and the damage from Team MLT is so huge. They have a Graves, they have Ari, and they have a Miss Fortune who always can find a very good position to just freely use her ultimate. They can't really tank that much compared to Maokai and Nautilus that can create a CC and to restrict Tristana or Annie to do any further damage as well, and to leash for Miss Fortune. And right now we can see that Ari is already completed the Luden's Echo and looking to get Morello as soon as possible. It's a very good pick. They doesn't want the Ornn to heal out or the Trundle to heal out so effectively, so it's a very good pick. But I didn't see any executioner or the kind of thought to build Morello yet from the Team OZR. They have a Maokai, please do something with it. And it's a very easy take of the dragon, and another turret which accumulate. There will be 3 turrets being taken down by Team MLT, but none from Team OZR. They can't really do any pushing right now. As long as they push away from the middle life of the river, they are putting themselves in the risk of getting caught by Team MLT. And that's what I'm saying. Team OZR is just slowly letting one thing and another one thing again and again. The turrets, the dragons, it's just one step for Team MLT to get the dragon soul, and it is an ocean dragon. It was one of the top dragon that everyone wants, the ocean dragon. Imagine that after you just have a team fight and you want to push, but without the ocean dragon, you cannot regen your health and also your mana. But with Ocean Dragon, if they eventually get the soul, they can just push the lane without any hesitation. Not only mention the Maokai, we can already know with the passive how disgusting it is. Well, I need to say that Maokai is one of my main right now because the health regen is insane. You can legit tank at the backline just to distract and just to mess up the backline of the opponent team. Well, you can remain as full health. This is ridiculous. So I'm quite surprised that there's no execution being made yet on the side of Team OZR. Oh, that's so unconscious. Leona, you've been caught, but there's no follow-up damage, and Annie is at the side of Leona, so there's not much they can do on the side of Team LLT. No worries. Right now, the only available objective is the Baron. So I think Team MLT, the strategy right now is just to push the lane and try to make a play right now to catch anyone. Maokai so deep, looking for a fight, and yes, they will. Ari, such a good follow out. Although Maokai health is being a bit low, but it doesn't matter. He's just a tank. The only thing he needs to do is just to tank all the damage he gets, not only Leona but also Annie. And right now they can do so many options with the available of Rift Arrow. They decide to push the wave. They are not afraid, and very good charm once again. This Ari is making such an amazing mechanic at here. Very easily they can just get the turret and maybe look for the inhibitor and turn to the Baron, because although the jungle is alive, but I don't think he get a chance to really get, or maybe they get or maybe Team MLT is playing safe, so they are just going to reset, make a very good vision around the Dragon Pit, so they can know that where is the enemy's position before they really look for a risky Baron take. Wow, that fight, it just comes all of a sudden. Team OZR, maybe they thought that, wow, why is this Maokai 1 versus 3 right now? But they underestimate that how tanky a Maokai can be and how fast an Ari can catch up with her ultimate in the fight. So they just let their guards down and just let Team MLT really melt it down. And at the same time, there's no one who can deal with the Rift Arrow because they are in the fight. So Miss Fortune has the chance to push down the turret, to push the Rift Arrow and get themselves some pressure at the mid lane because it's an open inhibitor. As long as Team MLT, they don't make any mistake, which I don't think they will just continue to snowball it, try to look for another siege to really get the Baron buff, my bad. Baron buff to make plays. They can just get this win, just matter of time. And we can already see that Graves is already starting it with Ari and Miss Fortune. Maybe Nautilus is going to join this Dragon take as well to tank the damage. We can see that Graves and Miss Fortune is dying very soon. But at the same time, Maokai has been the distraction at the bottom side, and he has the teleport. So, Red Team has stole the Baron. Oh, wow! I don't think the teleport is necessary for Aura, and it's very awkward. He need to flash out, but such an amazing steal for Red Team. He find a chance for the team to really take a break from so many pressure, and this is a very good sense. So I don't think Team OZR has any vision at the Baron Pit, inside the Baron Pit, but once the Trundle sense maybe they are doing the Baron, they just go immediately, and I can't believe he really steal that Baron from Team MLT. Such a good play, but which means that they are giving up the Ocean Dragon. So I don't think anyone of Team OZR they can contest with the death of the jungle, and I don't think they can reach on time. So yeah, it will be a Dragon steal. However, they get the Ocean's Soul is not really a big matter, because what can decide this game is going to be the Dragon Soul or just one team fight. Although Team OZR they really has the Baron buffs, but with 3 lanes that is pushing in, and Team MLT could just simply split or just decide to group up and look for a siege. Right now, the Maokai has 2.5 items already with the Torn Mill, Uncomplete Torn Mill, but still it's going to reflect a lot of damage. I don't think Annie is still a threat yet, so the main damage dealt it will be Trundle and Tristana. So it's a very good item choice for Maokai to really tank a little bit longer. Although the Baron being still away from Team MLT, but I don't think it's a major issue yet. All of the turrets is still healthy. 3 lanes has been pushing, and there's team members who are guiding it. Like looking at Maokai, he's alone pushing at top so happily, but there's no one who is going to react with it. Wait, Annie is going to it, but I don't think she can push the wave back. Look at how tanky the Maokai is, and with the Baron buff, they don't really have chance to push the wave in, because Team OZR they are very afraid that CC or the team member of Team MLT is hiding in anywhere, so they can't really make any initiative. But here comes the Maokai. Will he catch anyone? No, not really, but it is also a very good initiation, so they can really pressure the mid super minion into it and looking a turn to push the top side, while Ari is at bottom side handling all the minion waves. And right now Team OZR cannot really actively look for a fight because the only people he can look for a fight is Maokai, but there's no one who can catch up on it. And he has used his ulti. The China has used his ulti. There's a nerf from his ultimate, so he needs to wait a longer time before he can really use his ultimate to shred down the enemy tanks again. Right now, Ari is so happily at bottom side, and maybe it's just a matter of time to take down this turret. And no one's reacting to it because every single member of Team OZR, they need to deal with 3 lanes. The minion wave is so huge, they don't have other thing to do but to deal with the team, to deal with the minion waves. They can't really look for a team fight, which is a very good limitation done by Team MLT. They know that they must not allow Team OZR to get any chance for them to have team fight, so they are just splitting 3 lanes and maybe look for an Elder Dragon or the next Baron buffs. And right now, Team MLT just going to push all the waves to far out to get more items and to prepare for the next team fights. Although Annie gets a Jonya, but right now I don't think the point of the team fight is Jonya, because what Annie can do right now is really to use a perfect maybe choose a responsibility, which is to create a very good stun. I don't mind she is dead, but with the Jonya, she can help her to store more time and maybe create some time for Tristana to deal more damage. Ornn has already upgraded Annie and also Tristana's item. Tristana is going, the upgraded item is IE, while Annie is Luden's Echo. It's a very good choice because Ornn understands that the carry in his team is going to be these 2 people. So a very good ultimate, a very good upgrade. Yeah, they are looking for a fight. Oh, a very aggressive jump by Tristana and gets a shutdown, and that's what we are saying. They shouldn't make any mistake. Why are you letting your AD carry alone at the lane and no one is there? Ultimate by Leona, but I don't think they can do anymore. Leona is still tanking, but there's not much further up damage by Team OZR. Ari has got 1 kill from Leona. Maokai is still tanking. He's not dead yet. And double kill for the Ari. Nautilus finally dead, but it's like 2 for 3 situation. It's a very good, I wouldn't say it's a very good team fight for Team OZR, but at least they get themselves some shutdown gold and also get themselves some time so they can really store this game and wait until the late game. And did you see what I'm talking about? Maokai is not dead yet. And that's how scary a Maokai can be without any heal reduction item. I still did not see anything like, no matter it's Death Dance or just a simple as Executioner, there's no items to reduce healing being built out from Team OZR. I'm very worried about that. You can see just with 3 items, Maokai can tank for so long. Imagine that he gets maybe the 4th item or just the 3.5 item. How long he can tank with the Ocean Soul? That's a major problem for me. And also we can see that that's also another problem in this game, which although Team OZR, they spent a lot of things to take down this misfortune, they still have 2 other carries, which is Graves and Ari, to deal the continuous damage in the team fights. And not surprised at all, with 6 kills, Graves is having 700 bounty at his hand, and I believe that he will not die so easily with 4 items in his hand and Death Dance to keep himself kind of healthy, although he's at a low health. And without any hesitation, Team MLT is just going to start this Elder Dragon. And Team OZ, I don't think they can react so fast, but Trundle, I don't give any damn about this. I'm just going to get and try my best to get the last chance for the team to stay in the tournament, but sadly they couldn't. Trundle is dead. Soon it will be Annie too. The team member of OZR, they can't really react with this because the moment when Team MLT is doing the Elder, Tristana and Ornn is at top side. They did not react as quickly as Team MLT to really stop the Elder take, so it's just a matter of time for Team MLT to get this victory, in my opinion. This Maokai is ridiculous. He's tanking the turret and tanking the damage dealt by Team OZR. And at the same time, Ari is trying to take down this inhibitor again. So they have the wave and the minion advantage. Oh, a very good catch from Ari once again. Immediately with the Elder Dragon pops out Leona. And it's just a matter of time to take down this game from Team MLT. They can choose to take Baron, or they can choose to all in to really push this turret and game themselves the win to move on at this tournament. But it seems like they're going to play safe. It's also a good option as well. Or they're going to just to push down the bottom turret. They have so many options for Team MLT to do. Team OZR, they're just passively accept all the consequences, the snowball that MLT can do on them. 2 open inhibitor. It's just a matter of time for Team MLT to win the game. They can choose to push the top side because the bottom and mid lane is open right now, or they can choose to take the Baron. They're not afraid at all. They have the Elder at their hand. If whoever wants to fight, they can just choose to turn and fight back. Use the Elder buff to really pop the enemy one by one. However, they are starting this Baron so quickly. Trundle once again, can he make the plays? Can he try to steal this Baron to store some time for their team? But I don't think so. That's yep, easy take from the blue team, and Trundle is so dead. So right now for Team OZR, they really they get the shutdown from the Maokai. It's a very good shutdown, so they can store some time. But I would say this is like a free gift from Team LT, since you give me the Baron, you give me the Elder. It's okay that you kill our top lane. Our top lane don't really worth anything. He can just be a tank, because the only job for a tank to do is be a tank. In the team fight, as long as he tank good enough of time, spare enough of time for the carries to deal damage, it's fine. You can just take the Maokai. Right now, Team MLT, with the open inhibitor of the mid and the bottom side, Team MLT can just focus to make the vision on the top side and try to pressure the waves and just let Team OZR to be as busy as possible, so they don't have the time to group out, because they need to deal with so many minion waves, super minion waves. So it's just going to be a very relaxing time. Wow, do you see how much damage that waves deal? Oh my god. 8 kills on his hand, 700 gold bounty on himself. I don't think anyone can shut him down. And wow, a very aggressive, I wouldn't say aggressive, but a very good timing of TP to store some of the minion to push this turret. Maokai, just being a tank, just going to go with the front line to really protect the cannon minion. And at the same time, Ari is being very smart to push the mid waves, because the super minion can just simply shred down the Nexus turret if they don't deal with it. Team OZR, I don't think they have any chance to really fight back anymore. With 3 lanes that's open with the Baron buffs, how can they deal with the minion waves? Leona tried to do the last CC they could, try to fight back for the last team fight, but Team MLT, they just really look for the fight and the win. They're just going to focus on the turret and the Nexus, and they're just having their fun time killing Team OZR. Well, GG, very well played by Team MLT. He really showed us how important it is to snowball and also to gain the lane priority. Once again, congratulations Team MLT.